Hello everyone, welcome back to GGN. This is part 2 for this news report today for Friday, June 28th, 2013. I'm Darko. My website is ggnonline.com, and on YouTube my channels are ddarko2013. Russia and China as villain in Snowden affair. Amidst the manhunt for former NSA staffer Edward Snowden, who is presently stuck in the transit zone at Moscow's airport, some U.S. observers are displaying the hypocrisy that comes with hyperpower, accusing Russia of not being a true ally. The U.S. media is busy typecasting Russia as the villainous antagonist in this made-for-Hollywood tale of non-fiction that pits a lonely whistleblower from the NSA against the very government and even girlfriend he betrayed. China opposes U.S. remarks on the recent knife attack. Chinese Foreign Ministry said Friday that her country hopes that the U.S. will avoid using a double standard when discussing terrorism. They made a comment in response to a question about U.S. remarks regarding a violent attack that occurred on Wednesday in northwest China. A total of 24 people were killed. The rioters attacked the township's police stations, a local government building, and a construction site, as well as set fire to police cars. 21 police officers and civilians were injured. It says here the police shot and killed 11 rioters. U.S. State Department spokesman Patrick Ventrell said the U.S. remained deeply concerned by the ongoing reports of discrimination and restrictions against the Uyghurs and Muslims in China. Remember I just covered about how Russia was making it illegal to revise history, National Socialist Germany, and then I saw this article today. Russian channels censored World War II series documenting dark side of Soviet war effort. Russian director of an acclaimed series about World War II on Friday slammed the state channel's crude and petty censorship of his film after it aired with crucial scenes missing. So, and I think one of them, it's not even it's a big deal, but there were so many atrocities that were carried out that, they're disregarded as conspiracy theories, but, To play devil's advocate, you can say, what? Well, the U.S. wasn't releasing records about Japanese in prison camps, concentration camps, and Germans and Italians in concentration camps, or testing nuclear bombs and on American troops in the desert. And, of course, they're, going to get cancer and stuff. Eisenhower's Holocaust. There's so many different things, right? Alec Baldwin tweets military gunning for Obama. So, whatever's, I don't know if it's true or not, but I do have my own personal theories about who Obama represents, and I do question if he's getting enough done for his masters. I also wonder if there's elements within the United States government that do not like Israel, supporting Israel, and do not like Obama. So. But who knows? Maybe this coup that we're talking about is just another neocon coup, right? So they're both supported by Zionists. One happens to be kind of the Judeo-neocon Christian side, Republican side, and the other kind of the left-leaning, I guess you can call it communist side. He says, "Are we witnessing the beginnings of a military overthrow of the U.S. government?" So, White House new leak villain, former top general James Cartwright, faces investigation over Stuxnet worm story. So. He's prosecuted and charged 8 people in the Espionage Act so far, the Obama regime has, and another one is under investigation, 4-star Marine general. So he's also the most he's had the most drone strikes under his watch, and he's had the most journalists basically censored and stopped. Remember, I was talking about this. This goes in with that top official F-35 stealth fighter secrets stolen. So were they stolen or were they leaked? Who knows? 26%, but there's definitely stuff going on. I'm just trying to read between the lines. 26% of Obama supporters view Tea Party as nation's top terror threat. Half of all voters consider radical Muslims the bigger terrorist threat facing the nation, but the supporters of Obama consider the Tea Party as a big danger. New Rasmussen report, National Telephone Survey, finds 51% of likely U.S. voters consider radical Muslims to be the bigger threat to the U.S. 13% view the Tea Party that way. Isn't that insane? And another 13% consider other political and religious extremists to be the larger danger. 6% to local militia groups. 2% see the Occupy Wall Street as a bigger terrorist threat. British police regularly spy on activists and campaigners. So, UK documents show thousands of people across Britain are being monitored as domestic extremists. So just regular protesters, you're terrorists. This isn't just the U.S. Rasmussen poll. This is globally, and this is like you see in these polls about how Americans don't mind being spied on by the NSA. So this is all engineering consent. This is telling you what's coming, that you're all being surveilled and spied on. Just get used to it. In reality, it's, ooh, the IRS was targeting conservatives. Well, they can target everybody, dude. The IRS will crawl up your ass, and they don't discriminate, So, but they're all terrorists, and that's how they see them. This is part of this new order. It's whatever, the same order, but upgraded order. Good examples, special forces instead of large ground troops, right? FBI document that's been deleted says there's plots to kill Occupy leaders if deemed necessary. It says, would you be shocked to learn that the feds, FBI, apparently knew that some organizations, perhaps even a law enforcement agency or private security outfit, had contingency plans to assassinate peaceful protesters in a major American city and did nothing to intervene. So they say here it didn't come from some shadowy whistleblower, but from the FBI itself. Again, this is for engineered consent. This is to let the protesters know if you go there, you could be shot. You will have drones surveilling you. You're going to be kettled. So, Dorado County Sheriff strips Forest Service of state law enforcement power. This is a very low-key article, but I found other articles that tie in with it that you might find interesting. Dorado County Sheriff says he's not happy with the U.S. Forest Service, so he's stripping them of their authority by keeping them from enforcing state law within the county. Says it's an unusual step of pulling the police powers from the federal agency because he says he has received numerous complaints. So, this next article, this is from June 28th, this is all the same area. Inspector General, U.S. Park Police lost track of hundreds of guns. The U.S. Park Police has lost hundreds of firearms, according to advanced copy of a report by the Interior Department. So they talk about mismanagement. So were they confiscated? Were they taken? What's going on here? Remember, drones set to invade national state parks. This is from back in 2011, February 2011. So, but they're talking about putting these drone bases inside national parks and that. St. Louis police chiefs want drones to monitor a city from skies. So I think this is just like Portland. You'll see them. The police come out and say they want these drones, right? It would could go to Busch Stadium to watch for terrorists, silently pursue a criminal who thought the chase was over when officers in the car behind him turned off his lights and sirens. So criminals believe, and with some truth, that if they flee from police officers, officers will not pursue, and they will ultimately elude capture. I think maybe there was that time when cops maybe were, quote, peace officers, if they ever were, and not just revenue collectors. But what I'm saying is that when they didn't have $40,000-$50,000 cars in a small city of, say, less than 3,000 people, you see it in most of these American towns. I've seen it since I've been observing since 2006. Every small town that I've seen, they have brand new cars, these Dodge Chargers, pickup trucks. I mean, these are at least $40,000 worth in each cruiser. So they've got a lot of money, a lot of funds. That's why they're asking for drones, right? So as far as eluding capture, I mean, good luck. It's not like the olden days where there was anonymity, there was privacy, right? Cops go in there and ask somebody in a bar, have you seen this so-and-so? Everybody turns their backs on them and says, go yourself, you know what I mean? Now, oh, yeah, I seen him, officer, because they want to be like the cops, right? Because it's all like the cop shows now. Game of Drones, does New York City have an unmanned aerial vehicle problem? This is funny, because I thought they were going to say, oh, yeah, there's so many drones, the New York City Police Department, right? Because they're very militarized, the police department out there. They even have their own joint Israeli branch, I think, out there in Israel. So, but I guess my point is here, I thought it was going to be about the government having drones. No, they're actually saying about how protesters are using drones because their cameras are being stolen from them, right? So they can't get any coverage of this a lot of times of police brutality and criminal activity, and so they make their own little drones. So that's a problem now. The slaves having drones, kind of like the 3D printing. Oh, 3D printed guns, the slaves can't have that, That's only meant for the Empire, like in Star Trek. Like the internet. The internet is a ultimate data mining tool. It's to keep a pulse and create algorithms and engineer consent. That's what it's for. So that's why they have to. They say about cutting off the internet or reining in guns. You know, I don't see that happening. It's covert spying and psyops and that. They'll mess with your internet connection like they do with me and stuff. All kinds of little games. What cop t-shirts tell us about police culture? Again, they want you to give up. That's what I'm talking about. They just want you to get so frustrated that you give up. So, but yeah, so there was this one t-shirt, there's no hunting like the hunting of man. Those who have hunted man long enough liked it, never cared for anything else after. Ernest Hemingway. And this was a cop wearing this. So, but there's actually another shirt now. Not now, I mean, they're not completely new. You've probably seen them. But over the past years, cops have donned these shirts. It says most recently in Northern California, Union for School Police Officers came up on fire for printing up and selling these t-shirts as a fundraiser. You raise them, we cage them. Then we get up early to beat the crowds. That was another one. That was from the DNC 2008. So all kinds of stuff there. 6 plainclothes cops attack and arrest University of Virginia sorority woman after she buys water from grocery store. So it's half a dozen men and women in street clothes closed in on university student Elizabeth Daly, 20, with her 2 roommates. So she's walking to her car with bottled water and cookie dough ice cream. So it says here the alcoholic beverage control agents clad in plain clothes approached her, suspecting the blue carton of LaCroix sparkling water to be a 12-pack of beer. The agents jumped on the hood of the car and says they drew a gun. They were showing unidentifiable badges. She says they became frightened because they were not in anything close to a uniform. So again, this is how it is nowadays, right? I mean, back in the day, you see some plainclothes guy coming at you. I mean, back in the day, I mean, if you know, they would shoot cops no matter what. But you know, nowadays it's just like you see a uniform and just like I don't know. But these guys are now dressing like, you know, the unmarked cars, right? You see them all the time, these unmarked even pickup trucks driving around. It's like, who the hell are these people? Are they feds or the CIA, NSA, and they're in like these little podunk towns in the Midwest or wherever. So now they wear plain clothes, they blend in. So then, you know, you can say, well, I was being approached by a group of men. I defended myself. Well, you shot 4 cops. Well, they should have been, you should have been known as cops, as, quote, public servants and not scumbags, you know, hiding behind tinted windows and that. Secret flower planter threatened with arrest if he doesn't stop planting flowers. So the real estate department from Washington's Metro Transit System became unaware of unauthorized flowers springing up in the planter boxes on public property. Of the public property, they think that's all of our property? No, it's not. The public's property is private property. It's owned by corporations, private interests. So basically, the flower planter is facing arrest, fines, and imprisonment. Teens arrested over a sarcastic comment on video games. So made a sarcastic argument. Says here someone has said something to the effect of, "Oh, you're insane, you're crazy, you're messed up in the head." So he replied, "Yeah, I'm real messed up in the head. I'm going to go shoot a school full of kids and eat their still beating hearts." The next 2 lines were laughing aloud and joking. But so yeah, there you go. He was arrested for it. Faced 8 years in prison. Shock video shows police forcibly drawing blood. Man screams, "What country is this?" as cops trap him down. You go in there and check it out. In Georgia, police strapping down citizens accused of drunk driving before using the needle, forcibly drawing blood as the victim screams, "What country is this?" Police find automatic weapons, grenades, tank as dead survivalist homes. So, you know, people think this big collapse is coming. I don't think it's coming. I think it's going to be just slow death. America will see its worst race riots yet this summer. That's right, talking about the Trayvon case. Thousands of African Americans getting ready for some serious bloodletting. Bloomberg says NYPD stops whites too much and minorities too little. Racism hypocrisy when Rachel Gentile, that black woman from the case, says cracker, it's a cultural thing, but when Paula Dean says the N-word, it's racism. Yeah, it's unbelievable what they're doing to her. Supreme Court sends affirmative action case back to lower court, so it got rejected to remove it. DHS no longer conducts regular background checks of immigration applicants. Also, they're getting voting rights. Free healthcare for illegals continues the Obamacare way. New Jersey hospital deports unconscious stroke victim. He was carried around like a sack of potatoes and dumped on their doorstep in Poland. You probably will hate this, but it's too bad he didn't have a darker shade. And a black man attacks this white father at a steakhouse, but the media doesn't know why.